played really well tonight. They played hard. They played outstanding defense. They cared for the ball, rebounded. Really pleased with the win. Any questions you guys might have? You all might have, I'm sorry.
Mike, what did you feel you did better in the first half of this game as opposed to the first half of the first meeting in Blacksburg?
Well, we were prepared. We had preparation time. And the last time we played, we went there after playing a 9:30 Tuesday game against Michigan State and coming back at 4:30 in the morning on Wednesday and traveling on Thursday. And for them, you need preparation time. And also at that time, Vernon, we weren't ready to play a 5-out. We've played now against 5-out. And Vernon's played really well, jabbing. And so we had preparation time, but we also were better than we were then. And we played well.
You mentioned how the guys played so hard tonight. What is the key to unlocking that sort of every game for them?
Well, they've done it. We're 23-4. I think we've done it almost every game. And the key is them. And they've been great. They had a bad night. And they didn't have a bad night tonight. So we're 1-1 this week.
Coach, it's a pretty historic win for you. It's the 1,000th win as a ranked team. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I think I've coached over 1,300 games here, and almost 90% of them have been as a ranked team. And to have 1,000 wins as a ranked team is kind of mind-boggling. We have crazy numbers, just like a few weeks ago we had our 500th win against ACC competition. And it's, for me, because we don't look back, it's hard to believe that that's happened. And it's taken a lot of years and a lot of really good players. So, but that's something we're very proud of, that consistent excellence, I guess is what you would call it. And hopefully we can continue to pursue that.
Like Coach Young remarked that in looking at tape of you early on and then now, how much of an exceptional passer Vernon has become out of traps in the post. How has that evolved?
Yeah, he's just, he's never played in the post before coming here. Mm-hmm. And so early on, he wasn't double teamed, first few games, then he put up good numbers. So he was learning to play in the post, and then he was learning to play in the post against one guy. And then people were double and triple teaming him, and that was difficult. So, there's some changes in the offense, but the main thing is he's developed poise, and he's worked real hard. And Nate's worked really hard with him. Yeah. So he continues to develop. He continues to develop. And what we tried to do tonight is not feed them from the wing all the time. Because when they do that, then they can baseline double and come from on top. But if you can feed them from on top, then it's not the same double. And he's got a little bit more room. So that was our goal tonight.
Mike, can you talk about the game that Matthew Hurd gave you off the bench tonight?
Yeah, no, Matthew played great. Really the defense he and Wendell had on Nolly. He only had 3 points. He's an outstanding player. Usually he takes advantage of the matchup at the 4, okay? And, Wendell's not a 4, he's an athlete. And Matt is more of a 4, but he played like an athlete tonight. And he moved his feet well, and that was one of the keys to the game. And then he really pursued the ball well. In rebounding, again, I haven't looked at all the stats, but he was going after it with 2 hands. That was one of his better games, and he's practiced that way, and hopefully we can keep moving.
It seems like when he rebounds, well, that jump starts his.
No, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right. We've sent him a note on that. We've told him that. Yeah, we've told him that. And as a young player, there's a lot of things, they're learning, and he's developing, and he played really well tonight. Hopefully he can keep that going.
Coach, Carey told me
Who did?
that, Vernon Carey told me that Justin Robinson has, since last summer, has been a big reason he's improved in the post. Can you talk about how Robinson's been able to be effective like that?
Yeah, well, J-Rob has done that for everybody, and he's the ultimate team guy. And, really after he's in graduate school now and he finishes up, he's a kid. He's not a kid, he's a young man that I'd like to see stay around here in coaching in some way. I know if any of my guys got jobs or whatever, J-Rob's a guy that really understands the game. And in addition to understanding the game, he understands people. And so every time J-Rob talks in a practice, individually or people listen to him. And he runs our scout team. So that's every game you're putting in a new offense. He knows everything. He's really very, very smart. And he's been a great upperclassman, for Vernon and for everybody, really.
Mike, you made it clear before that obviously the ultimate goal isn't to win the ACC regular season, but with the young team, is that a carrot that's dangled it off
No,
for
we're not
those guys?
going to talk about it, and we haven't talked about it. We won our 13th game today, and we want to go to Winston-Salem and win our 14th. And then whatever happens, happens. The other thing with all this is our goal is to keep getting better and win as many as we can. And then once we get to March, we'll be in March now. We'll be in the tournament. Then let's be healthy, fresh, and ready to go. And whatever our accomplishments were up till that point, so be it. But just keep trying to win and keep getting better.
Anything else for Coach?
Mike, how did you handle the 2 days after the state loss? What was the mood of the team and what was the practices like?
Yeah, well, the mood, we were angry, and I was angry at them. But in order to change, you have to be angry at yourself. And so, they took responsibility right away. And this time, for 40 years, you have to keep adapting to how you get your message across, what you do. These kids need to see. If you just tell them, they will never have the depth that their visual will give them along with what you say. And so for every one of our games, the game's not over until you get feedback. So after state, we get in late, we had a short meeting, we came back the next day, we had feedback. And I showed tape. And what I did is I had each of my assistants take different aspects of it. So they heard it from different voices. And sometimes they expressed things better than I would. But they had to see. We showed bench shots where they were comatose. They were, and if you told them that, not that they wouldn't believe you, but they wouldn't believe you to the depth. And so it's not a matter of busting their chops. It's a matter of being honest with them. And so this is who we are. And we're going to go on the court now, and we're going to do some. We're not going to be animal drills or anything like that, or crazy ass things. But what they're going to be are things that we need to improve on. And we had a really hard, good practice. We couldn't have Friday the same practice, or else we'd be dead today. So we now, on Friday, went through scouting. But before we went through scouting, we talked about attitude and belief. Whenever there's adversity, the single biggest gift that God has given to you is attitude. You are in control of attitude, no one else. It's on you. And so, in order to change things around, you have to have attitude. The second thing you have to have is belief. You have to have belief in yourself and your group. And so on that day, we talked about attitude and that we believe in them. You have to believe in each other. And the third thing is preparation. So now we're going to go on the court and we're going to prepare. And then the final is today. It's execution. And you turn adversity or something that was bad into an opportunity that makes you better. I've tried to do that most of my time here. These kids responded to everything, and that was terrific. It's on them, and I think we grew as a group this week. And sometimes you need to get punched and knocked out. But then you get up and figure out why you got knocked out. And so that's what they did. Hopefully we don't get knocked out again. But if we do, before the tournament, we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to throw them under the bus. We're not going to say they're not good. We're not going to say we don't believe them. We're not going to say they're idiots or whatever. We're going to tell them the truth, and then we're going to move on. And that's what we've done all year long. And they've been a terrific group, and hopefully we're getting tougher and better. But they responded today. Very, very proud of them. All right.